News 5 at noon is being brought to you by Insurance Corporation of Belize, serving Belize for 40 years.
Good afternoon, Belize. It's midday, and you tune into the news at noon, where we bring you the latest updates from around the country. I'm Isana Cayetano, and here's what's making headlines today. Sarita delivery truck robbery ends in tragedy. 2 men are shot dead. U.S. and Belize push ahead on MCC Compact to lift secondary education. Belize pushes development agenda in Washington, and Orange Guayaberas steal the spotlight at final House sitting. These stories and more are coming up in just 1 minute.
When I was a student, ICB was there to protect me, ensuring my education and future. When I got my first car, ICB was there to protect me, providing excellent coverage and peace of mind on the road. When we moved into our first apartment, ICB was there to protect us, securing our belongings and giving us a sense of security. And when we got our first house, ICB was there for us, protecting our home and everything we've worked so hard for.
At every step of your life's journey, ICB is there for you. For more information, call 224-5328 or visit our nearest branch.
Welcome back. We begin this afternoon with a chilling story out of Western Belize that has left an entire community in shock. 2 men were brutally robbed and murdered in broad daylight along the Hummingbird Highway. It happened Thursday evening just after 7 o'clock. When police responded to a call near mile 40, their officers discovered a Sarita delivery truck parked on the roadside, and beside it the lifeless bodies of 2 men. They have been identified as 22-year-old Reynard Garbut and 43-year-old Alexander Crawford. Both had a single gunshot wound to the back of the head, a clear sign of execution-style killing. Investigators say the truck's cash pan was completely emptied, but interestingly, the keys were still in the ignition. GPS data shows the vehicle had been sitting there since about 3:48 p.m. The grim discovery was made by a local farmer passing through the area. Scenes of crime personnel are combing through every detail, trying to piece together what happened and who's behind this brazen act of violence.
Information that I have gathered so far was that the truck was in Dangriga yesterday doing deliveries. One of their last deliveries was actually minutes to 3 in Dangriga, which they were supposed to come back and load for the deliveries in the following day. The crew here at the warehouse, they were expecting them to be here for the loading to take place. They would usually have that communication between the drivers on their way, and they try to communicate several times. You know, that's an area, coming down from Dangriga, there's an area where you lose signal for quite some time. So they thought that maybe it was a bad signal that they had. But time elapsed, you know, they got busy, we are in the busy season. According to the supervisor, is that when the police truck arrived, a little after 4, he asked the driver to call the driver from this Sarita truck, and then there was no response. There was messages, no response. They continued. It was later on that they decided to contact the guy that they do this with the GPS. We have a GPS system, and that's when they realized that the truck had been stable for quite some time.
We're also following a major development in education. U.S. and Belizean partners are moving full steam ahead on the MCC Compact, a multi-million-dollar effort to boost the quality of secondary schooling nationwide. Earlier this week, the Millennium Challenge account Belize hosted a hands-on workshop in Belmopan, bringing the Ministry of Education, MCC, MCA Belize, and 4 shortlisted partners into the same room with more than 25 stakeholders from across the education system. They are co-designing the next phase of improvements for our secondary schools. At the heart of these sessions is the Equipping Secondary Educators program, a US $23 million investment focused on three major areas: strengthening teacher preparation, improving professional development, and updating teaching and learning materials across the country. In short, it's about better training, better tools, and better outcomes for our teachers and students. This program is a core piece of the broader US $125 million Belize Compact with the US government's Millennium Challenge Corporation, designed to lift educational results and improve labor market readiness for Belizean youth. It's practical, it's targeted, and it's aimed at delivering real classroom impact. Belize is making moves in Washington, where Minister of State Dr. Osman Martinez just wrapped up a series of high-level meetings with U.S. officials and global financial heavyweights. The goal is to strengthen ties and push big-ticket priorities for Belize's economy. Top of the list, expanding our energy sector, securing U.S. approval to export green coconuts, and unlocking financing for agriculture, especially for small farmers who need better access to credit and markets. Martinez also met with leaders from the World Bank and the Inter-American Development Bank to talk trade and competitiveness, as well as climate resilience. And he wasn't alone. Executives from American Sugar Refining joined him, with a Florida site visit next on the agenda. It's all part of Belize's push to attract investment and create opportunities back home. Today's House meeting isn't just business as usual, it's also a splash of color. The entire government side showed up in bright orange guayaberas, joining Prime Minister John Briceño in supporting the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. Here's where this story takes a sharp turn. He drew a contrast to those Houthi Budna shirts the opposition wore recently. That sparked a fiery back and forth on the floor.
I'm sure you're wondering why all of us are in orange. Well, we'll have the Honorable Member of the Minister for Human Development that will give a statement. But I want to make a big difference between the opposition and our side. The opposition come with T-shirts defending a criminal, defending a predator, a child predator, wanting by Interpol.
Madam Chair.
And here we are. I would not give a point of order, Madam Speaker.
I need to know the point of order.
Yes.
But I need you to have a seat, Prime Minister.
Madam Speaker.
What's the point of order?
The point of order is that he is attributing some kind of, what's the term?
There's no point of order.
A motive.
No point of order.
Some clandestine motive of the opposition, Madam Speaker, when he well knows that is not the intention. The intention of the...
Madam Speaker, that's not a point of order, Madam Speaker.
The intention
She's trying to give an explanation, Madam Speaker.
The intention of the opposition, Madam Speaker, is to ensure that all Belizeans...
I am not insinuating anything. I'm just stating a fact. Here we come standing up for gender-based violence for the 60 days of activism.
Madam Speaker,
and you could see a big difference. I'm not making any insinuations. So that said, Madam Speaker, I think I've made the point.
I can't have two members standing on their feet. We know this.
Yeah.
No, you have to state your point of order.
Would you allow me?
But you need to state what section.
Would you allow me?
What is the section?
What would you allow me? Are you the Speaker of the House, Prime Minister? When did you become judge, jury, and executioner?
No, member for Albert.
When did you
member
become
for
judge, jury,
Albert?
and
Simply state the point of order.
Again, Madam Speaker, the Prime Minister insists on suggesting that we were here in whatever we chose to wear as a matter of improper motive, and that is not acceptable, Madam Speaker.
So, from orange shirts to heated debates, today's sitting is anything but dull. That's a wrap for the news at noon. But don't worry, there's plenty more coming your way at 6 p.m. We'll dive deeper into these stories and more. In the meantime, visit greaterbelize.com and follow us on Facebook for real-time updates. And don't miss Open Your Eyes on Monday morning for fresh takes on today's headlines. Thanks for tuning in, Belize. Stay informed, stay inspired, and have a fantastic afternoon.
News 5 at noon was brought to you by Insurance Corporation of Belize, serving Belize for 40 years.
In the face of tragedy, you depend on accurate and timely information. In times of triumph, you seek to be inspired. You demand transparency and accountability. Your desire is to know and to understand, to be heard and seen. I take pride in telling stories that safeguard communities. Your dedication and success live on through these reports. Getting to the truth is my duty. My unwavering commitment is to tell the stories that matter the most to you. I am News 5.